Now the skull, you have these two indents at the side, which are, what do you call that? What do you call that bit on the side of your head? And I like to make it like a triangle here. And with this triangle, it does a couple of things. It helps give shape both to the skull itself and to the face. And to the front, right? Like a little to there. But then you see how this now, it starts to create that cheek that comes then around to where the mouth is. So then you have that second indent that starts at the bottom of the cheek and comes here. And let's just do that again as a triangle. And see, I really want to create a cheek here. That cheekbone. So one triangle up at the top of the eye, and then another triangle over here that creates a cheek. So you see how this side that we've worked on looks different now than this side. So let's come around and do the same thing over here. Triangle, triangle. And I call this carving. I'm not taking anything out. I really am just pushing in. But it's carving. Temples. Those are temples. Okay. I have a temple there. Okay. And now I want another cheek. Just about there. I just put a triangle. Okay, so we have given him more of a skull shape now, haven't we? I want his forehead a little more round than it is now, so I'm going to tap, 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 tap. Take that square edgy and then use my fingers to maybe push it into a shape that I want. And now let's do a mouth. And you can give it whatever kind of a mouth you want. In the sugar skulls, the mouth is quite large. In all skulls, the mouth is quite large. Oh, I'm sorry. I kept tapping that out of frame. I hope it all looks all right in the end. So let's give him a fairly wide mouth. So if I went here, I went behind the eye. I should go behind the eye on this side too. It's wonderful how this needle is all that you really need to measure. Are my eyes even top and bottom? Is my nose centered? Is my mouth even top and bottom? Ooh, well, that's a very gruesome mouth you have there. Is there a skull? I have a gruesome mouth there. I have a chin. I think I'm going to square off the chin a little bit. I want this guy to have kind of a square chin. Okay. Okay. I have mouth. I have nose. Now the space, when I look at him, the space between the nose and the mouth is more than I want it to be. So I can do two things. I can make the nose longer, and I can make the mouth come up a little bit higher. I think I'm going to do a little bit of both. So I think I want the mouth like there. And we already determined that skeletons have large mouths, so that's fine. This is going to be one toothy skeleton, all right. What do I think? What do I think? I think this cheek is maybe a bit too big, and I think that I want more definition. So I'm going to come up, I'm going to carve up into that cheek. Yeah, I like that better. And this other side too, carving up into that cheek. Okay. Yes, you're looking interesting to me. So if you see any piece at this point where you feel like, you know, if your forehead isn't large enough, add some more forehead. If you need more cheek, you can just add a little bit for your cheek. But I think this guy, squish him a little bit. Okay, why don't we squish a little bit like that? Yeah. Okay, so let's draw into him. So for the eyeballs, with this fellow, right, I gave him some nice black eyeballs. With this one, I gave him orange, and then I drew pink and green into that orange. So you can play with that if you want. I think I'm going to go with just a little bit of black here into that eye. Don't need a lot. Less is more when you're applying color. You don't want a big chunk of black that's protruding out, because really we're trying to create a recess here, right, into the skull. When you have little wisps like this at the end, just grab them, zoop, 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 twirl, and grab them all up, and then poke them right in. That'll give you a nice clean look. One eyeball accomplished. No, it's not an eyeball. He's a skull. He doesn't have eyeballs. It's an eye hole. Okay, I feel I took this much. I think it's too much. And I can always add more, right? I can always add more. Spend a minute here getting your eyeballs to look the same. So this one, and also tap in this direction, kind of horizontally into the socket to get it to fill the socket nicely. So I like this one more than I like this one. So I just want to make this a little bit bigger by going in that direction. Tapping on the curve of the socket. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So now I'm feeling too that is still protruding a bit more than I want it to. I'm going to tap that down a bit. And I'm going to bring the nose up a little bit more. So comparatively speaking, this guy's going to have a larger nose than the other one, for sure. I might want to make these eye holes a little bit bigger too. Let's see. Let's see when we get him done. Okay, so a little bit of nose here. I just tap those colors in. I'm going to take these little bits down so that I get that heart shape, inverted heart shape. Oh yes, that works, that works, that works. Okay, so now for his smile. For this fellow, I just went with a black smile. For this one, I did white and then some black lines and then some black on the outside. So do I like the black? I've got a white background. I'm going to go for the black. He's kind of got just a gaping hole if I do the black like that. Another option would be to draw some lines. So it looks like he has teeth. So we'd have a center line. So I'm going to just take a piece and twist it. Twist it, maybe roll it in my hand a bit. So that I have something I can work with. So let's try giving him just a center line. Trying to suggest teeth here. So I'm going to connect that. And then if I have this line come back this way. Remember when that mouth looked so huge? It does not now. And that was part of why we wanted to make him larger than these tiny guys so that we could do more detail. Feel free to do tiny guys if you want to, though, and just put more of them on your garland. You can do that. It came a little bit too thin. So I'm going to come back. Oh, I did that one line. And I come back over it again. So it's the same thickness as the rest of the line. And then I'm going to, I think I'll cut this. So you could fill it all in. I did here, and then I pulled some down to give him kind of a, we could do 2 lines like this. I think I'm going to do a 3rd line. shadow of a gum, maybe? Gum. Look at that. Into the jaw there. Going to pull it up at the end. I think I want a little. Is it a smile or is it a grimace? You decide. Want that to come up a little bit. And then what would happen? What would happen if I tried to give him a gap in the front, like these were teeth? I'm going to need those again. Let's twist this a little bit more. Twist, 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 twist. Okay. It's a little thicker than I want it to be. Okay. Don't want it to be too thick. One, and give him a couple more of those. See if it looks like teeth to us. Yeah, that'll make a nice line. Snap it. And here's another one. What do you think? If I given him teeth, sort of? Suggestion of teeth? Looks almost spider webby. Okay. He has a gap in his teeth at the front. I'm going to try to make it a little less gappy. Okay. There's teeth. So you could do that style of teeth, or you could do just that simple straight line. You could do the 3 lines with the horizontals, or you could do this where I have some white teeth and some black gaps. Okay, so this is this fellow. How do we feel now about these eyes? Do we want them to be larger, or do they seem about right? I think they seem just fine. So, you will now make 10 of those, and you can make them. You can give them different faces. You can draw on them if you want to with some of the colors that we provided, and then to attach them to the garland, it's really very simple. So this is also fibers, right? So let's come about this far, because you're going to want to tie that to something. And then we just tap it in. Just with a tap, 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 tap. So we're untangling the fibers in the wool with the fibers in his head. Oh, my little skull. And then if you want, you can take a little bit more of the white to cover it up. So that'll do two things. One, covers it up a bit. Two, it makes it even more firm so he doesn't fall. He doesn't fall when you hang him. So I've given you enough wool there to make 10 little skulls, and to string them. So go ahead and make 10 more and string them along, and you can hang that. Or you can also get the pumpkins and you can hang them side by each, or you can alternate them, skull pumpkin, skull pumpkin. And so let's take a minute here to talk about drawing on the skulls, if that's what you want to do. And I think we'll take this guy. So you can make that center, rather than making it black, you can make it a bright color if you'd like to. You can trace around the nose with a color, and I'll show you how we did that. That's fairly simple to do. So just take a little bit of the pink and twist it. Twist it, twist it, twist it. I think to there. I'm going to attach it here and then come down. Just by tapping it in, just outlining the black nose that you have. Whatever color you like, just play. Just play with colors. I'm going to cut most of that off. I want it to come around. How cute. How cute can you get? And you can put a color in the center of the eye if you wanted. Like this could be pink instead of black, or whatever color you like, and then another color in the center, or draw some flowers in the center. And then I really like when I'm doing it's kind of like doing a crown, right? Just with dots. So I'll take a dot of pink. Let's make it an actual dot by rolling it in my finger. You can use the moisture of your hands. You can have a glass of water on the side to help you with that. So let's put this one in the center. Okay, so we have a pink, and now I'm going to do purple on either side of that. The symmetry sure does help. Making things look attractive to the eye. We like symmetry, we humans. I'm bejeweling this fellow, is what I'm doing. You're becoming bejeweled. And this is just This is just fun. Tap, tap, tap them until they're attached. Yes, so I've gone with pink and purple. Now I think I'll do a little yellowy gold. Who doesn't want some gold gems in their skull? Nobody. That guy's perhaps a little too small. I have to add some to him. If you buy the skull kit and you know, I said I put a few colors in there for you to play with, but if you find that you need more colors, just drop me a line. The wool is very affordable. $0.18 for a gram. And a gram is more than you would really need. It's about that much. And that goes a long way. So you could order like 10 colors if you wanted. Or get 10 ounces and then you can play. You can just keep playing and playing and playing. I really like the way it looks when you put a little green beside a little orange. I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to come down a bit. So it's going zoop, up and around. Aren't you pretty? Aren't you pretty? You make whatever designs you want on your fellow. You could do the little dots all the way around the eyes like we've done here. The same thing, just roll a ball and then do dots all around the eyes. Many things you can do to make your skull pretty. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me know. Send me pictures of what you've done. And have a marvelous Halloween or a marvelous Dia de los Muertos. And yes, thanks for joining me here on the back porch with Feltalala. You make beautiful things. See you soon.